Sharji King watawama mulira. Yuma litba ak inkoku. Da hupa botenya go juju biti. Just grunty to patslimo.
I think the droid is trying to communicate with us by cycling through a variety of languages. Each time it spoke, it was using a very different alien dialect. The droid can probably understand us. The only problem is it may not have been programmed with the phonemes of a language we can understand. I recognize this language as well. It's an archaic variant of the Selkath dialect spoken on Manan. But why would a droid on Dantooine be programmed to speak ancient Selkath? It must be referring to Revan. The Dark Lord and Malak likely encountered this droid when they explored these ruins. These builders must have been an extinct people, though it is strange there's no record of their existence. Even the archives of the Jedi Academy make no mention of them. In the years before the Republic, the Hutts were a dominant force in the galaxy, but they never constructed an empire. In fact, I know of no species that would fit with this information. Ten revolutions would take more than 20,000 years. If this is true, then this droid is nearly 5,000 years older than the Republic itself. There must be some mistake. The droid is obviously not programmed with the knowledge we seek. The Starforge sounds like some type of weapon, perhaps. Though in fact, it could be anything. Our vision was clear. We saw Revan and Malak speaking of the Starforge. I'm certain it is somehow connected to the Sith's sudden rise to power. Maybe the droid has more information we can use. It seems to respond to you. Perhaps you should ask it something else. droid must be talking about poor Nemo. The Council sent him here to investigate, and it cost him his life. Revan and Malik unlocked the sealed door and uncovered the secrets of the Starforge. Now Malik is using the Starforge to fuel his conquest of the Republic. We have to find out what they uncovered. We have to find a way to unseal these doors to learn more about the Starforge. The Republic is depending on us.
Ready?
What can I do?
How'd you like that?
What can I do?
Now that must have hurt. Now that must have hurt.
You asked for this!
I'm here.
How'd you like that? How'd you like that?
What can I do?
How'd you like that?
There.
Let's go! Let's go! Down you go! How'd you like that? that? You asked for this! Let's go! Ha! How'd you like that? Ha! How'd you like that? Ha! How'd you like that?
This must be what Revan and Malak found when they entered this temple. This must be where their journey down the dark side began. This is a map. Some sort of intergalactic navigational chart. Revan and Malak must have used this to lead them to the Starforge. We could use this map to follow their path and find the Starforge ourselves, but we must be wary. They may have laid traps or concealed what they found. I don't know, but Revan and Malak were very interested in finding it. It must be a tool of some type, or maybe a weapon. Perhaps the Council can tell us more, but I think this map might be the key to finding the Starforge, whatever it is. See this world here? This looks like Korriban, a Sith world. And if that's Korriban, then this is Kashyyyk, and Tatooine, and here's Manan. But there are pieces missing. Incomplete hyperspace coordinates, corrupted data, and there doesn't seem to be anything indicating where the Starforge itself might be. I was thinking that too. This map can't take us to the Starforge, but I know that Revan and Malak visited Korriban at least once. Perhaps they discovered something more there. They may have found something on each of the other worlds that completed this map. Maybe if we find all the pieces, they'll lead us to the Starforge, and some way to destroy it.
That sounds like quite a supposition. What if you're wrong?
What if I'm right? We can't ignore this. Finding the Starforge might very well be the key to defeating the Sith. We must inform the Council of what we've discovered. They must decide our next course of action, though I suspect our task has only just begun.
You asked for this! How'd you like that? How'd you like that?
Let's make this quick. How can I help? No, not bothering me. Not exactly. I've been thinking about what the Jedi Council said about the two of us. There is a bond between us. I do not dispute that. I can feel it, as I'm sure you can. The nature of that bond and its effect on our mission remain in question. Our fates are strongly connected, so connected that a literal bond has been forged between us. I saw your service records when you were transferred aboard the Ender Spire, but nothing beyond that. I know very little about you. I'd like to ask you some questions, given our relationship. Don't worry, these are simple questions, nothing too intrusive. First, what kind of background do you have? Good. On which planet were you born? Excellent. Your current age is? Yes. Well, the truth is, I was studying how you responded to my questions. Your reactions helped me judge you. This was a test for me to learn more about your character. You were honest, which is good. And you treated this as a serious matter, which it is. This bond we share will shape both our destinies. It is not to be taken lightly. But I imagine you've had enough questions for a while. So many things have happened to you since Taurus. It's probably a lot for you to absorb. We can speak again later, after you've had time to think about all this.
Ah, you have returned, young Padawan. Have you discovered what it was that Revan and Malak sought in those ruins? This news of a Starforge is disturbing. Action is required, but we must not do so in haste. We must discuss recent events in light of this new information.
We should consult the Jedi archives to see if there's any mention of the Starforge and what it might do. We must learn why Revan and Malak sought it out.
Return to your ship with Bastila, and we will summon you when we are done. Padawan, you have done well in discovering the star map hidden within the ancient ruins. But there is more you must do in the battle against Malak and the Sith. We Jedi know victory over the Sith will not come through martial might. The Council has a mission for you, Padawan.
I've consulted our vast archives in an effort to discover the nature of this Star Forge, but all my efforts have been in vain.
Still, the Council are in agreement. The Star Forge must be found. Revan and Malak sought it out when they began their tragic fall. The Star Forge is surely a powerful tool of the dark side.
The star map in the ruins showed you 4 planets, but it was incomplete. It did not show the location of the Star Forge itself. We believe there may be similar star maps on other planets. Each star map is likely a small piece of a larger puzzle. Find the star maps on Kashyyyk, Tatooine, Manan, and Korriban, and we believe they will lead you to the Star Forge. The Jedi numbers have been ravaged by this war, by defections to Malak's cause, and by Sith assassins. But we realize the importance of this mission. Yet if we send a company of Jedi Knights with you, we would surely draw the full attention of Malak and the Sith, dooming your efforts to failure. Secrecy is our best defense against the Sith, but it would be foolish to send you on this quest without someone to aid you, young Padawan. Bastila will accompany you, for there is a powerful connection between you two. A connection that might be the key to unraveling the mysteries uncovered by Revan. And Juhani has also asked to accompany you. After long deliberation, we have granted her request.
Juhani nearly fell to the dark side. Perhaps her presence will serve as a reminder to you of the dangers of that path.
Of course, those who aided you on Taris will also come. They possess skills you may find useful in your quest. Remember that secrecy and discretion are paramount to your success. You will not be able to hide the fact that you are a Jedi, nor should you. But the true nature of your mission must not reach Malak's ears. You may return here at any time. Dantooine will be a sanctuary for you, a safe haven. Here you can find supplies and whatever advice or other aid we may give you.
You can leave whenever you wish. The sooner the better. The longer you wait, the stronger Malak becomes. But first, a warning, young Padawan. The lure of the dark side is difficult to resist. I fear this quest to find the Star Forge could lead you down an all-too familiar path.
The fate of the galaxy is in your hands, young Padawan. We pray you are up to the challenge. May the Force be with you.
It is well that you are still alive, Padawan, in that you have not yet managed to fail us completely. Why is it that you are now bothering me instead of seeking out the star map? The Sandrils and Matalis have been at odds ever since they came to this planet, and have been making my life difficult the entire time as well. Now Alan Matali accuses Nurik Sandral of stealing his son, Shen. Nurik Sandral's own son, Cassis, has been missing for a while now. We do not know what has happened. Alan is rash enough and stupid enough to start a war over any imagined slight. We would resolve this, but we have too few Jedi to spare. It must be resolved peacefully. Their estates are both located to the south of the Enclave. The Sandral fairly far. It would normally be your duty to assist in such matters, but your primary task takes precedence. If you are stuck on the planet for a while, you may investigate. I would recommend starting at the estate of Alan Matali. You have a mission to attend to, Padawan. And as much as I may wish it otherwise, you are our only hope. The Council has placed the fate of the galaxy within your hands. I pray both you and Bastilla are able to emerge from this ordeal as servants of the light. May the Force be with you, young Padawan. It is well that you are still alive, Padawan. So you heard about them, did you? They've been harmless up till now. It is tragic that someone had to die before we took action. You have our leave to deal with the murdering Mandalorian raiders, should you encounter them. It is well that you are still alive. You have a mission to attend to, Padawan. And as much as I may wish it otherwise, you are our only hope. The Council has placed the fate of the galaxy within your hands. I pray both you and Bastilla are able to emerge from this ordeal as servants of the light. May the Force be with you, young Padawan.
May the Force be with you in your quest.
Greetings, young Padawan. Have you come seeking knowledge of the past? Those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it, or so they say. As chronicler of the Academy here on Dantooine, I find your quest for knowledge admirable, but I do not want to overwhelm you with the long history of the Jedi Order. You should ponder the history of Revan. It contains many lessons you may need if we hope to defeat Malak and the Sith. May the Force be with you.
You must not fail in your mission. Find the star maps that lead to the Star Forge. This is the only way to stop Malak and his Sith followers. You and Bastilla are the galaxy's last desperate hope.
But beware that dark side. Bastilla will guide you, but she herself is young and new to the ways of the Jedi. You must help her as much as she helps you.
The fate of the galaxy is in your hands, young Padawan. We pray you are up to the challenge. May the Force be with you.
Greetings, young Padawan. With power, I wish you luck in your training.
Ta kumjus tak miki grabul mogo. Kachichu ita bodunga. Tolbabank wale. Runda di hodonga kun hankabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule. Tung tong haitwam jiji jumblumpa. Nita poe tikito. Dolpa da bonkwaleo gando. Kachikun ita hodonga. Iking kuno pamulera chikun. Ta Takum justak Miki Grabelmogo. Kachichu ita bodunga. Tolbabank wale oganda naru chuchut. Runda di hodunga kun hankabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tongking ba nunotek. Kachikun ita hodonga, iking kuno bamulera chikun. Mucho shak bakat. Kieno no nama paule rachikun. Runda di hodonga kun hankabi. Wana kun bez ching palam. Takum justak Miki Grabelmogo. Kachichu ita bodunga. Tolbabank, wale oganda na tong haitwam jiji jumblumpa. Nita poe tikito. Dolpa da bonk wale o gando na chuchut. Kachi chu ita do. Kachi kun ita hodonga. Iking kuno bamulera chikun. Slimo wi ita nandayata. Wata yuma wama huhu nandetek. Shatung ni runda di hodonga kun hankabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tongking ba. Kachi kun ita hodonga. Iking kuno bamulera chikun. Slimo podonar. Wi ita nandayata. Wata yuma wama huhu nandetek. Shatung ni batoga. Wano kusbe ching palamule tonke. Runda di hodonga kun hankabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tongking ba nunotek. Tukning. Kachi kun ita hodonga. Iking kuno bamulera chikun. Slimo podonar. Runda di hodonga kun hankabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tongking ba nun. Wi ita nandayata. Wata yuma wama huhu nandetek. Shatung ni batoga. Kachi kun ita hodonga. Iking kuno bamulera chikun. Slim. Kachi kun ita hodonga. Iking kuno bamulera chikun. Slimo podonar. Hakupa chekopa. Gino mule. Jeda badawana nidi. Yikukuno no ba mulera. Chi gratu loda pograshi onion komba chintono muchuba. Loda nita kun. Ita pat. Kachi kun ita hodonga. Iking. Takom justak Miki grab. Takom justak.
Yes, what's on your mind? Have I been quiet? Suppose I have. I guess I just don't like being left out of the loop. No? Well, you certainly aren't helping matters any either. And it's really starting to irritate me. For one thing, I want to know what the Jedi Council said to you. They pulled you in there and refused to tell me a thing about it.
That is none of your concern, Carth. And you would do well to leave the matter be.
I respect you, Bastila, but you've been as closed-mouthed as the rest of the Council. If you won't talk to me, then maybe somebody else will. And why is that? You were a great help on Terrace, but why would they keep you with us? Don't they have to train you? A bond? What kind of bond? You mean to say that they told you that you were tied to Bastila in some way? I have trouble believing that. You're a neophyte Padawan who's been saddled with the responsibility of tracking down these star maps. Why? That's not normal. I am not trying to provoke you or to imply that you're somehow responsible for the Jedi Council, but give me a hand here. There has to be a reason. No, I didn't mean that you weren't wanted, or that I want to go, it's just... Damn it! Well, I'll tell you this much, I'm not gonna wait around until I'm betrayed again. Yeah, we'll just see about that, won't we? Look, I didn't mean it that way, I want to get to Saul, not... No, forget it. It just seems that all I can do is insult you, isn't it? Just forget I said anything, let's just get on with what we were doing.
Yeah, what do you want? I was one of the best youth warriors in the clan Ordo in my time. No one before me had mastered the power of our basilisk war droids as quickly as I had. Except Mandalore himself, of course. In those days, we were sweeping across the Outer Rim, destroying all who fought us. Young Mandalores would prove themselves in real combat with unknown opponents above 1,000 worlds. Each brought back stories of his achievements. I remember it well, orbiting high above a placid world, its defenses just stirring. As was tradition, I would go ahead of the first wave to find enemies in the thickest fighting. I remember sitting there in my armor, linked directly with the basilisk thrumming beneath me, my heart racing with fear of the coming battle. Every new warrior has to fear, to understand how to beat it. You must know that. The doors opened in front of me, and the air was sucked out of the drop bay, scattering crystals of frozen vapor across my path. I can't describe what it feels like to look directly down at a world, falling continuously as you circle it, with barely 15 centimeters of armor plate protecting you. When the magnetic locks disengaged on my droid, I plunged out of the drop bay towards the battle that waited below. The exhilaration, the euphoria I felt as I streaked into the atmosphere, dodging self-guided projectiles and beam weapons, was unmatched. An 80-kilometer plunge through the atmosphere, dodging and weaving, the outside of my armor glowing like the sun with the heat of re-entry. And with barely 30 meters to spare, I twisted and skimmed the surface, firing at the giant beam generators that were in my path. The explosion from that sent shock waves that leveled the entire complex around it. It was the moment of my life. I'll never forget those times. But things are different now. We can't go on fighting the way we did. There are too few of us left now. But I really don't want to talk about this anymore. I trust I've satisfied your curiosity for now. Is there something else you want to know? Your choice. I'm here if you want something done right.
Hey there, what can I do for you? Don't tell me you believe Lena's lies! Griff might be working as a miner on Tatooine, but the rest of her story is Bantha Poodoo. You can't trust someone like her. At least Griff's free of her clutches. I'd like to go speak to the Zerka Corp rep on Tatooine if we have time. Maybe I can arrange to see my brother again. I just hope he's not in any kind of trouble when we do.
I feel I must apologize for the way I acted towards you before in the Grove. It was wrong of me. I am sorry for attacking you. I am sorry for thinking you would only try to kill me. I hope that by helping you in your task, I may redeem myself in your eyes, and in my own. Thank you. It is most reassuring to know that you can forgive me, even though I tried to take your life. I can only hope that, in our time journeying together, I will succeed. How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan? What is it you would like to speak to me about? How I came to be a Jedi? I am sure you would not find it very interesting. Are you sure you would like to hear? Well, it goes back a number of years. Back on my homeworld, we did not see Jedi very often, especially where I lived. The hind end of space, a pit of a world, to be sure, where Jedi rarely tread. But we had heard of them. Well, everyone had, so that is not to be unexpected. Champions of truth, defenders of justice, heroes of the Republic. It was very easy for a child to be enthralled by their image, their mystique. Maybe I was one of those children. Yes, I did. When I saw a Jedi for the first time, they lived up to everything my imagination had created them to be. I was awed, and maybe a little enamored. They were quite striking, especially the tales of their leader. From that moment on, I knew that I would have to try to become a Jedi, to lift myself out of the rut I had been living in for years, and to make a real difference as the Jedi were. The foolish delusions of a child. But this child made it happen. As soon as I was able, I left my world and went in search of them. I found them and was accepted. I had been living my dream on Dantooine for several years before you came, although perhaps I was not entirely ready for it, or not completely suited to the task. Otherwise, I would not have fallen. But thanks to you, I have been redeemed. Perhaps I may yet live to see that dream of mine come true. Come, there is much we should do. Let us not waste time talking. Action is what is needed. How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan? What is it you would like to speak to me about? I thank you for your concern, but I am still a bit shaken. I have been thinking about myself, about Quatra, and about my fall to the dark side. I keep thinking that it was my anger that drove me that far, that nearly damned me. I look inside myself now and I can still see it. I still feel it. More time would do me good. Time to distance myself from that anger. I think that is why the Council agreed to send me with you. They think, perhaps, that in your company, I will be able to free myself from it. I thank you for your concern and your acceptance. I will strive to prove that I am worthy of your company and trust.
Yes, what's on your mind? You got it.
How can I help? It was less of a dream and more of a vision the two of us shared. But I am certainly willing to answer any questions the Jedi Council did not. With luck, we will. I would rather not rely on such visions to guide us, but when we have so little else to go on, and the galaxy hangs in the balance. Perhaps because we desired to. Perhaps because they came to this planet and were strong enough in the Force to leave a trace. And what else should we dream about except that which is most important to our fate? We dreamed about Revan and Malak either because we were meant to or because we needed to. There is no other way to look at it. I have no idea. It was obviously important, however. That is why we must investigate this further. Are you wondering why we shared the vision, or why we even received it in the first place? To the first, I can only repeat the answer that the Council gave us. Our fates are linked, and for two as strong as we are in the Force, that amounts to a near-physical bond. As to the second, I truly don't have an answer for you. The Force works as it will, and perhaps we should be grateful for what we've been given. I don't know. Believe me, I certainly don't find the prospect of being joined to you enjoyable in any fashion. Please, forgive me. I did not mean to imply that you were repulsive in any sense of the word. That we shared something so personal is just not something I'm used to. What would you like to know? As you wish. We really should return our thoughts to business anyway.
Lord Malak, the Star Forge is operating at 200% capacity, far beyond our expectations.
I am more interested in the young Jedi Bastila and her battle meditation. Have you learned how she escaped the destruction of Taris?
She was aided by Karth Onasi, a decorated war hero of the Republic and a legendary soldier. During the Mandalore Wars, he was honored many times for his bravery.
You know this man?
Yes, Lord Malak. He served under me when I still followed the Republic. You could say I was his mentor.
Interesting. How did you acquire this information, Admiral?
An eyewitness, Lord Malak. Calo Nord, a bounty hunter, was there when Bastila and Karth escaped the planet. Apparently, they left him for dead.
A Jedi and a war hero. It's a wonder you survived the encounter.
I am hard to kill, Lord Malak.
Calo has agreed to help us capture the young Bastila for a very hefty fee, of course. But I assure you he is well worth the price. His reputation as a bounty hunter is well earned.
Her companions are nothing to me, Calo. But I desire the young Jedi taken alive, if at all possible.
Lord Malak, forgive me. There is something else. May we have a private audience away from the ears of the common soldiers?
I trust you are not wasting my time, Admiral Karath.
I promise you will be very interested in what Calo has to tell you about Bastila's other companions, Lord Malak.
Force has given us a vision, like the one we shared on Dantooine. Did you see it? Of course. You must have. The Force is strong with us both. Tatooine is known for little but blowing sand. I find it surprising that there would be a star map somewhere in its desolate wastes. Perhaps, though that would have been tens of thousands of years in the past. Now there's nothing but the howling emptiness of the Dune Sea. The star map would likely have to be within some kind of shelter to protect it against dust and sandstorms. I suspect there are many such caves and caverns hidden in the sands of the Dune Sea. The creatures of this world probably use them as their lairs. No doubt things will become more clear once we discover the star map's location.
Kipuna, Bonanakichu.
Selima wanga kun bikin. Mucho shakapaga. Mucho shakapaga. Mucho shakapaga. Mucho shakapaga. Tonki ba non tontek. Kipuna, bona na kichu. Selima wanga kun bikin. Tonki ba non Tong abuk shami no nok. Mucho shakapaga. Tong abuk shami no nok. Tong ki ba non tontek. Kipuna, bona na kichu. Kipuna, bona na kichu. Tong abuk shami no nok. Tong abuk shami no nok. Tong ki ba non tontek. Selima wanga kun bikin. Mucho shakapaga. Mucho shakapaga. Tong abuk shami no nok. Mucho shakapaga. Selima wanga kun bikin. Kipuna, bona na kichu. Kipuna, bona na kichu. Tong ki ba non tontek. Tong ki ba non tontek. Kipuna, bona na kichu. Kipuna, bona na kichu. Kipuna, bona na kichu. Tong abuk shami no nok. Mucho shakapaga. Selima wanga kun bikin. Tong ki ba non tontek. Mucho shakapaga. Tong ki ba non tontek. Tong ki ba non tontek. Mucho shakapaga. Selima wanga kun bikin. Kipuna, bona na kichu. Tong ki ba non tontek. Tong abuk shami no nok. Kipuna, bona na kichu. Selima wanga kun bikin. Mucha shakapaka. Tong abuk shami no nok. Tong abuk shami no nok. Tong ki ba non tontek. Tong abuk shami no nok.
Yes, what's on your mind? Sorry, can't be much help with that.
How can I help? I'm confident that you can deal with that on your own.
How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan? I do not know how to help you with that. I am sorry.
Yeah, what do you want? What? You think I don't have something better to do?
Welcome to Anchorhead, potential customer. Zerka Corporation stands ready to serve, after some formalities, of course. First, your ship is not on our list of planned arrivals for today. There is a docking fee of 100 credits because of this. The immediate benefit is access to these very docking facilities. This is the only port in Anchorhead. Once you've paid, we will offer trade services as well. We're not unreasonable, we just want to cover expenses. I assure you that the fee is non-negotiable. We have a very thin margin of profit on this world. That does make sense. I suppose I could let it go this time. We need the business. This will cover any future landings as well. It's like a registration, so we can serve you better when you return. Now, as a customs officer, I can provide information on services. Is this visit business or pleasure? There isn't much to tell. It's a very old planet, well past its prime. Zerka Corporation is the only company with any interest in it. It's not a very pretty world, but there is opportunity here if you know where to look. Very little. There are hints that it might once have been a lush world, but I can't picture it as anything but a desert. Native sentient species have no records going back that far. That was hundreds of years ago, maybe thousands. Of course, the native species are not very willing to tell anyone anything. They're barely more than animals. The site is quite old. From the look of it, it's been settled before. Zerka Corporation claimed it only a few decades ago. Some other corporation that went under, probably. Not a lot of records are kept about backwater places like this. The Sand People. They're vicious and attack outsiders on sight. More animal than anything, really. Maybe they know the history of Tatooine. Maybe they don't. Impossible to tell. They won't cooperate. The Jawas are scavengers, and a bit primitive. Hard to understand. They have an affinity for droids. Some of our scientists believe that they may not be native to the planet. But how they got here, they may not even know. As I said, they're hard to understand. They usually end up slaves to the Sand People. They aren't fighters. Good traders, though. Not personally, but they've given Zerka Corporation a rough time. It's hard enough mining this rock without suffering random attacks. I think the company has even put a bounty on them, but I'm sure not going to try for it. I can't really get into that. It hasn't been a very smooth operation. I shouldn't get into it. No, it's common knowledge, so there's no harm in telling you. It's a tale of bad business. You see, Zerka Corporation staked their claim to this planet based on some very promising geological surveys. Unfortunately, that information was incorrect, and possibly even an attempt at sabotage by a rival company. Not totally barren. There were a few good years of mining, and limited operations are still in place. But the ore is flawed. It has peculiar properties. They've had to look at other forms of business. Zerka Corporation has really tried to hide this, but it just seems that Tatooine metal is unfit for effective manufacturing. I would imagine that this outpost will eventually be abandoned. Nobody is making any money here. Of course, this rock may have been settled a few times, so look for some other company to get stuck with it. Pursuits that appeal to the casual traveler. There are some fearsome native species that provide exciting hunting. There are also lengthy, barren wastes that serve as fine soup tracks. Attracting business has been slow, however. It depends on what level of risk you want to take. You could ask at the Zerka office if any bounties need collecting. That's in Central Anchorhead. While you're at the office, ask for a hunting license so you can sell trophies to Faza in his lodge, just north of them. I suppose you could also take up swoop racing. Talk to the hut at the registration office by the track. That's in West Anchorhead. I can't say I know which of these jobs is the most dangerous. I stay away from all of them. That's not much information. Could you tell me more? You a digger? I've heard of ruins being found now and then, but they've always been stripped by sand people soon after. You're not going to get anywhere with them. I guess you could ask around, but I doubt you'll learn anything different. You could always ask a Jawa. It's hard to tell what they know. As you wish. If you need anything else, I'll be here.
What?
Zerka Corporation keeps me working. I don't care what else they do.
Abuelta, Colo Luz Ivan Rebut, Ikel Remote. Undasta Sierva, Ufta Kel Chief, Colo Luzta. Abuelta, Colo Luz Ivan Rebut, Ikel Remote. Abuelta, Colo Luz Ivan Rebut, Ikel Remote. Luftadan Kelfa, Hoisidan Kelfa. Uden Tufla Fandigo Kelfa, Hoisidan Kelfa, Inugan Kelfa. Abuelta, Colo Luz Ivan Rebut, Ikel Remote.
Ucua penki, tang ituamaji, human act in ikatune, chi itakanki, chana kilikon, chiwa aita kanki, baba Hassan shan. No ba muri rati lai kunka. Ki muli ra kun kin. Tong hitwama ag ikotune. Chiwa aita kan kicha na chupornibo. Kun muli ras nimo poiwanga tang itwama ji human act in ikatune. Baba Hassan shan. No ba muli rati lai kunka. Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko tune chuna muli ra. Tang itwama ji kona. Tong kipa non kun nek abog. Ki muli ra kun. Chiwa aita kan kicha na chupornibo. Kun muli ras nimo poiwanga tang itwama ji human act in ikatune. Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko tune chuna muli ra. Tang itwama ji kona. Tong kipa non kun nek abog. Achua pengki, yun patisa, ti chuba jikota naga, kingbu mwa muli radwana, kingba nikcha lora kun. Baba Hassan shan, no ba muli rati lai kunka, chiwi aita ka chong chicha, agi inko tune chuna muli ra, tangi wama jikona. Tong kipa non kun nek abog, chiwa aita kan kicha na chupornibo. Kun muli ras nimo poiwanga tang itwama ji human act in ikatune. Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko tune chuna muli ra tang itwama ji kona. Tong kipa non kun nek abog, chiwa aita kan kicha na chupornibo. Kun muli ras nimo poiwanga tang itwama ji human act in ikatune. Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko tune chuna muli ra tang itwama ji kona. Tong kipa non kun nek abog. Baba Hassan shan. No ba muli rati lai kunka. Kingba no kun nik dorcha. Patisa, patisa! Uchua penki, tang itwama ji kakincha nawabakaon. Bagwa shank konti. Smilya! Tingkuin ko ka, patoga yak.
How can I help? I wish I could help you with that.
Yes, what's on your mind? I'm not really sure, but you can figure it out on your own, can't you?
How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan? I do not know how to help you with that.
Mucho shakapaga. Mucho shakapaga. Mucho shakapaga.
Yeah, what do you want? So deal with it. Why are you asking me about it?
Hey there, what can I do for you? Are you sure you want to ask me about that?
Uchiwa Benki Kakin-chan. Smilia!
You never know what the Sith will do. Look at Terrace. Was there any reason for what happened there? I still haven't heard a final figure on how many people died on Terrace.
Please, will you help me? I have nothing left. I'll try not to take up too much of your time. I realize that everyone is out for themselves on Tatooine. My husband was a hunter, killed out on the dunes. This raid plate is all I have left. Please, will you buy it? I don't need a handout. I just can't sell it to Faza without a license. Please, I'm worried about having it. They're so rare. It's the bone plate from the head of the desert raid. My husband was so proud when he found it. He had just started hunting. He said he felt sure the next hunt would bring in more, so we waited to sell this one. Then he never came back. Will you buy it? I can't sell it myself. They're worth more than 500 credits. I don't know. How could I be sure you would come back? Are you sure you can't buy it? Please. I'm sorry, but I can't take that chance.
Are you sure you can't buy it from me?
Please. Will no one help? We need the credits. We have nothing. You, please. Have you reconsidered? I must... I still can't believe he's gone. What do you want to know? Nobody saw anything, and most of the other hunters never even knew him. He had just started. I don't trust any of them. But those Gamorreans, they just laugh when they see me. I think they did it. Will you help after? We spent everything on my husband's hunting gear. We hoped that the sport would support us. We hoped. Whoever killed him took everything. All I have left is this Desert Raid plate. We thought we were so lucky when he brought it home. If I could sell it, the kids and I could get out of here. Maybe buy passage to Coruscant? I don't know. Will you help after? It's the bone plate. He said he felt sure the next... Will you buy it? I'm sorry, but I can't take that chance. Are you sure you can't buy it from me? Please. You, please. Please.
Ako pa, Checo pa. Mucho siak pakat. Kieno no dama paole rachiko. Takom justach miki grabal mogo. Kachi ita hodunga. Jeda badawana ni dibobo. Tong nabung siya nununya. Tong batukas magtalea. Mucho siak pakat. Kieno no dama paole rachit akom justach miki grabal mogo. Kachi ita jeda badawana ni dibobo. Tong nabung siya nununya. Mucho siak pakat. Kieno no dama paole akom justach miki grabal mogo. Kachi ita jeda badawana ni dibobo. Tong nabung siya nununya. Mucho siak pakat. Kieno no dama paole rachikun. Akom justach miki grabal mogo. Kachi ita hodunga. Akom justach miki grabal mogo. Kachi ita hodunga. Jeda badawana ni dibobo. Tong nabung siya nununya. Tong batukas magtalea. Akom justach miki grabal mogo. Kachi ita hodunga. Mucho siak pakat. Kieno no dama paole rachikun. Jeda badawana ni dibobo. Tong nabung siya nununya. Tong batukas magtalea. Mucho siak pakat. Kieno no namapaole Rachikun. Jeda badawana ni dibobo. Dong na bungsha nununya. Dong patukashmak talea. Akupa chekopa. Gino molera kempaija. Jeda badawana ni dibobo. Dong na bungsha nununya. Dong patukashmak talea. Tolpa da pongwale kando nangugu chuchut. Kavadum ku pelio botenya. Bonanai kuchu. Awaga boska chocola. Mucha shang panka. Jeda badawana ni dibobo. Dong na bungsha nununya. Dong patukashmak talea. Chikun ida hodonga, ikin kuno pamulera chikun. Slimo podona rundi hodunga ku hunkabe. Takom justach miki grabalmogo. Kachi ita hodunga. Jeda badawana ni dibobo. Dong na bungsha nununya. Dong patukashmak talea. Mucho shak pakhat. Kieno no namapaole Rachikun. Jeda badawana ni dibobo. Dong na bungsha. Jeda badawana ni dibobo.
Get lost, Tenderfoot. I hunt Desert Raid. I don't babysit. Well, you sure know how to get on my good side. You're just trotting out banthopats, but thanks all the same. My name is Doric Quinn. I'm a hunter. I hunt. Is that enough, or should I start listing my family birthdays? I've tracked wild beasts my whole life, but I've only been hunting here for 5 years. I've much to learn yet. There are hunters that go after the big kills, the crate dragons. I don't know how they do it. I never even see the things. Comad is the one I respect, but I also trust that the only difference between us is experience. I will learn. If I knew the best place, why would I tell anyone? It would be worth too much to me to let it get out. It doesn't matter anyway. This season has been dry for me, as it has for almost everyone. Perhaps someone else is holding out, but there's simply fewer raid out there. It used to be a one-on-one test. Hunter against hunted. Now people just want the credits. I could stomach maybe a pair or a team of hunters, but some now use battle droids. Where's the sport in that? That's not for me to say. I won't be a troublemaker in so small a community. You'll see. Hunt, and you will see. I don't go telling stories about other people. You want to know what they think? You go talk to them. One word, though. Watch yourself around the Gamorreans. Gurk and his buddies aren't to be trusted. Everyone else I respect because they have skill. Those guys, they go for easier prey. Just watch your back when you hunt. The dragons aren't the only dangers out there. If that's what you want, I'm not sure what you hope to get out of me, though. You'll have to ask around. Comad Fortuna is a much more experienced hunter than I am. He hunts far from Anchorhead. The local Jawas are a good source of information, even if it is hard to understand them. It may cost you, though. Good hunting.
Ciao baso, Gino Molirani Dubo, Tonkin Ba, Noku Netsag. Chiwi Aita Ka Chong Chicha, Agi Inko Tune, Chuna Molira, Chiwa Aita Kan Kicha na Tupernibo, Kun Molira. Chiwi Aita Ka Chong Chicha. Agi inko tune chiwa aita kan kicha na tupernibo kun muli chiwi aita ka chong chicha agi inko tune chuna muri ra chiwa aita kan kicha na tupernibo kun muli baba ha chiwi aita ka chong chicha Agi inko tune chuna muri ra tangi wama jiko na tongki chiwa aita kan kicha na tupernibo kun muri ra slimo poiwanga tangi wama ji human act in ikatune Baba Hassan Shan
What can I do for you? Did my wife send you? This ain't about credits, is it? Well, of course, darling. Whatever Tanis Ven can do. You know, very few human females come to Tatooine.
Hey, you talk to her with a bit of respect in your voice, or you'll end this conversation minus a few teeth. Got it?
Hey, let's calm down, shall we? No offense was meant. You just go ahead and ask your questions. Sure you do. Tanis can tell you all about the thrill of the hunt. Man versus beast. It's all very exciting. What, specifically, would you like me to cover? Well, the wife doesn't really take much of an interest in my work. Not like you. Now, you have questions? Too long. But it beats smuggling. You ever run into a Sith dreadnought in the desert? No, you haven't. Hell, I married her. No, seriously now. I had this friend that crossed Sith space and got stripped of everything. It's not like I have much now, I guess, but I still prefer sand people to getting ambushed on unproven trade routes. Uptight and cold like my wife. They don't like me streamlining the hunt with droids. I don't fit in, but I don't let it bug me. The Gamorreans are different. Good rowdy drinking buddies. Gurk and his boys, they understand that hunting is a business. Of course, they hunt other things than raid, too. Just don't turn your back on them. Ever. Nothing. Nothing at all. Just keep your eyes on them, that's all. There isn't any. Too many hunters, not enough prey. I can barely keep expenses covered. Maintenance on battle droids is expensive. Of course, it's better than going alone. What if I stumbled on a bunch of sand people? These solo hunters are crazy. Fine, whatever you want.
Well, darling, old tennis might be just what you need. Unless you mean the dunes. I suppose only the Sand people really know them. I'm sure I can help you. Ask away. Sure. My blood. They almost got me last year. Tore up 2 of my battle droids. Wife was mad about that. Took her weeks to fix. Where they got weapons to cut battle armor, I don't know. They act like animals, but they can surprise you. I don't know. Pick a dune and walk. They'll get you soon enough. Smart traders. They've salvaged and sold me my own damaged droids once or twice. They don't say much I can understand. I think they're a little slow, but who am I to judge, huh? You hurry back any old time, darling. Any time.
Abuelita, Colo, Luz, Ivan, Rebut, Ikel, Irimo, Udasta, Shielfa, Usta, Kel, Cheese, Colo, Luzta. Abuelita, Colo, Luz, Ivan, Rebut, Ikel, Irimo, Udasta, Shielfa, Usta, Kel, Cheese, Colo, Luzta. Abuelita, Colo, Luz, Ivan, Rebut, Ikel, Irimo, Udasta, Shielfa, Usta, Kel, Cheese, Colo, Luzta. Abuelita, Colo, Luz, Ivan, Rebut, Ikel, Irimo. Abuelita, Colo, Luz, Ivan, Rebut, Ikel. Abuelita, Colo, Luz, Ivan, Rebut, Ikel, Irimo, Udasta, Shielfa, Usta, Kel, Cheese, Colo, Luzta. Abuelita, Colo, Luz, Ivan, Rebut, Ikel, Irimo, Udasta, Shielfa, Usta, Kel, Cheese, Colo, Luzta. Abuelita, Colo, Luz, Ivan, Rebut, Ikel, Irimo. Bundas, Usta, Kel, Cheese, Udasta, Shielfa. Bundas, Usta, Kel, Cheese, Udasta, Shielfa. Abuelita, Colo, Luz, Ivan, Rebut, Ikel, Irimo. Bundas, Usta, Kel, Cheese, Udasta, Shielfa. Bundas, Usta, Kel, Cheese, Udasta, Shielfa. Udasta, Shielfa. Usta, Kel, Cheese, Colo, Luzta. Bundas, Usta, Kel, Cheese, Udasta, Shielfa. Abuelita, Colo, Luz, Ivan, Rebut, Ikel, Irimo, Udasta, Shielfa, Usta, Kel, Cheese, Colo, Luzta. Bundas, Usta, Kel, Cheese, Udasta, Shielfa. Abuelita, Colo, Luz, Ivan, Rebut, Ikel, Irimo. Gloria, Antipian, Golupia. Abuelita, Colo, Luz, Ivan, Rebut, Ikel, Irimo.
There's only one language you Gamorreans ever understand, a blaster to your forehead.
Something you want? I don't have a lot of time for talk, so please, make it quick. Of course. I always have time for a pretty face. Any face, really. What do you need? I repaired the sand crawlers when they return from the mines. They get pretty banged up, even without the attacks. The sand people attack them pretty regularly. Zerka Corporation is getting pretty sick of it, I hear. They've offered bounties on sand people for a while now, but few hunters take them up on it. Too dangerous. Try at the Zerka offices right here. They'd know. Oh, the big crawlers head out at dawn. That's so they avoid the bigger predators. The raid, I mean. Doesn't help avoid the sand people, though. They attack pretty regular, no matter what Zerka Corporation tries. Well, it's a hole in the galaxy as far as I'm concerned. I doubt this outpost will last much longer. But that's happened before and will happen again. Anchorhead has been resettled a few times now. Well, Tatooine fools people. It looks like it might have a good supply of resources, but it doesn't. Before a company learns this, they've already set up communities to support operations they now can't afford. Company pulls out, cities dry up, and after a few years, someone that doesn't know why it failed tries again. No one is. I guess it looked like a promising mining planet, but the metal, I tell you, it just isn't right. I've been a mechanic my whole life, and I've never seen anything corrode as fast as Tatooine metal. It's why whoever was here before left, and why Zerka will leave, and why whoever comes next will leave. All right then, back to work, I guess.